Hello and welcome to another BookTube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. It's a Friday reading vlog. I'm laughing because David's head was in shot, and I was like, "Oh, you're in shot, do you mind?" And he's just moved his head at such an awkward angle and said, "You don't have to mention me," because it looked like I'm just in bed. I'm gonna show. Can I show you? So his head was here in the video. Look how he's moved his head. So he's not in the video. So he is here in bed. Welcome to another Friday reading vlog with me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. Yes, that's right. I'm in Christmas pyjamas. These are really old Christmas pyjamas, aren't they, David?
Yeah, they are really
Guess what?
old. I am in bed.
David's in bed and he's also got matching... It is the season for matching pyjamas. We're both in the same pyjamas. Give it a thumbs up. I love to wear matching pyjamas with David, and all of our pyjamas are like Christmassy pyjamas, so they're always in really good nick, she says, just as she finds a hole in hers. Look.
Oh.
Yeah, hole in mine. What are you doing? You're going to stay there. You're not on screen, don't worry. So welcome to another Friday reading vlog. And I guess this sort of little bit of Christmas at the top of the video is reflective of what's to come in this video, because David and I plan to put up Christmas this weekend. Not all of it though. So this year, this is new, we think we're going to get a real tree. Now obviously today is the 8th of November. We don't want to get a real tree this weekend because it's not going to last until the big day, is it? It'll be dead. I mean, we haven't had a real tree since 8 years ago.
Yeah, I think so.
It was when we had Minnie, because Minnie got a needle stuck up her nose, and we had to take, as well as she'd been eating tinsel, we had to take her to the vets. Cost us about 600 quid, didn't it? She was quite poorly, but she got through it all. So that's the last time we had a real tree. Now, last year, Daphne, that was the first year we had Daphne for Christmas. Looks like it's Daphne for Christmas. She wasn't really interested in the tree, was she?
I don't think so.
She liked, there was a present underneath. Was it a dressing gown for me?
Yeah, it was your dressing gown.
David had got me a lovely dressing gown. I sometimes wear it in these vlogs. And Daphne liked to sleep on that, didn't she?
Really,
but that was the only really interesting tree she had. So David and I are planning on getting a new tree at some point. David hates our tree. I love our tree. It's a white one.
I hate it. I just prefer traditional.
And we've had this white tree, and I think it just pops really nicely with all of our decorations and everything. But David's quite keen to get a green tree. But I said, well, let's try a real tree this year in a sort of handover, isn't it?
It is a handover.
A handover. Yeah. So yeah, so this weekend we're going to get out all the rest of Christmas. So the jumpers, the bed linen, the crockery for the kitchen, the little accessories around, and then get the tree stuff ready, and then get the tree next weekend after.
Yeah, probably weekend after, maybe even your birthday weekend. Like,
no, the tree has to be up by my birthday.
Okay, I'm gonna have a little look.
It's gonna have a little investigate. So yeah, so this reading vlog is going to be getting ready for Christmas. Oh, bing bing, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock.
Yep.
And yeah, so I'm in bed. I've just made me and my husband a cup of tea. There's been lots of joy and merriment, hasn't there, David? David didn't sleep very well last night. He hasn't been sleeping very well at all recently.
No.
And when I woke up this morning, he wasn't in bed. I went into the lounge and he was sat in there just scrolling through Netflix, the Christmas stuff, which is what he was doing last night. And then after I come back to bed for about an hour, went back, what was he doing? Scrolling through Netflix, looking at the Christmas stuff. So you've done a solid hour of scrolling through Netflix, looking at the Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you're not going to fall asleep when you're scrolling through Netflix, looking at the Christmas stuff, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm in bed. And I'm going to try and finish before I go and pick out the books that I want to read this weekend, etc. And the question and all of that carry on. I'm nearly at the end of the Cinnamon Bun bookstore, which I've enjoyed, like as much as I enjoyed the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. What I will say about this one though, guys, much spicier. Many more sex scenes and many more in-depth sex scenes. And also this is set in summer. There's lots of looking forward to autumn, and the girl that we're following is an autumn girly. So it's not like hardcore summer, but it's the summer before her 30th birthday, and she's trying to complete some sort of like tasks and a treasure hunt that someone set her. But yeah, because the front cover would not allude to it being summer, it looks very autumny still, but it's fine, and it's still got a very autumnal playlist at the beginning. So yeah, I'm going to read this, drink my cup of tea, and I'll meet you in the lounge. What's the deal with Christmas trees?
Well, apparently a very well looked after one should last 4 to 5 weeks. So we probably can't get one next weekend because it'll be dead by Christmas.
That'll be your dream though, because David hates having the Christmas tree up like even true. A day after Boxing Day, which I'm like, you've got to keep it up till New Year's. Okay, well maybe what's 5 weeks before Christmas?
The 23rd.
Okay, well we could do that.
Yeah, but that's a well looked after one, and we're lazy.
That is true.
So we'll probably call it 3 weeks.
2 tops. Hi, this is the dressing gown I was talking about earlier that David got me for Christmas last year. It's from John Lewis. I just love the bright colours of it and the fact that it is toweling. So that if I wanted, I haven't done this yet, but if I wanted when I got out of the shower or the bath or something, I could put it straight on. I used to have a toweling robe when I was younger, and I haven't had one since then, so yeah, it's lovely, and it's just cosy and nice. On the sofa now, as you can see, just had to pile up all the pillows there so I can sit down. Just thought I'd talk you through sort of reading plans and hopes and dreams for the weekend. I've already mentioned that we're going to be popping Christmas up this weekend. So, as I said, I'm currently reading the Cinnamon Bun bookstore. I haven't got that long left at all. I'm on page 324 and it's 345, so I've got 21 pages left. So if it's not done by the end of breakfast, it will be done by the end of bath, because I'm going to treat myself to a bath this morning. I'm also reading and very much enjoying Storm Pegs, A Life Made in Shetland by Jen Hadfield. Non-fiction this is. You can't really see the front cover, but it is gorgeous. Non-fiction about Jen moving to Shetland, particularly sort of rooted in the language that people speak on the Shetland Isles, and the different sort of ways that, so each chapter starts, so the one we're reading at the moment is called Finster, and Finster, guys, means a finding, a discovery, something worth finding. And yeah, it's just lovely. I'm 84 pages into that and I will continue with that, but you know me and a bath in the book. A bath in the book, a book in the bath. I don't like a hardback in the bath. And then I would also like to start at some point this weekend A Snowfall of Silver by Laura Wood. I've been doing these sort of videos where I'm working my way through my bookshelves and battling first lines against each other, and this was the winner of the blue books. Let's remind ourselves of that first line. It is possible that the pantaloons were a mistake. Yes, I remember that first line winning and it reminded me lots of Downton Abbey when Sybil gets the dress, a new dress, and it's trousers. So yeah, so I will start that at some point. But also, we're going to be making the last bread and butter pudding of the Sweet Roasting Tin. If you've been here a while, I'm working my way through this cookbook, not only on a Friday, sometimes I cook during the week as well. And we're on the last bread and butter pudding, so I'm going to go out and get the bits for that today, as well as something for dinner. And then I'm going to add to the shop for next week the next 3 things that I'll be making, which are all in the minimal baking section, which is nice because these are potentially ones that I could like knock together after work or something. So the first thing is marshmallow, peanut and chocolate cornflake cakes. Cups, sorry, they're in a little mini tray. Chocolate cherry and pistachio fridge cake, that sounds lovely. And then Minnie's peanut butter cups. So they all sound lovely. And yeah, no cooking at all for any of those things. So that's quite exciting. So that's the plan for that. As always, we read out a question at the top of the video. And then we answer that at the end. She's going in just to select. The Giver. Do you have a favourite book that you received as a gift? Do you have a favourite book that you received as a gift? Yes, I've got 2 I can think of just at the top of my head. Yeah, looking forward. That's a great question, just especially as we're feeling a little bit Christmassy today as well. Do you have a favourite book that you received as a gift? Please answer below in the comments, and I'll be answering that at the end of the vid, and then we'll be at some point listening to a piece of classical music from the Year of Wonder, and we'll be ending on a poem for every autumn day. We're hurtling towards the winter day. And then the last thing that I'd like to finish is David and I. So I've been doing a lot of cross stitch this year, you may well know, and I cross stitched David and I these very cute little Halloween guys earlier this year. That's L with a little ghost, and that's D with a little pumpkin. But I'd like to replace those with something Christmassy, and I have almost finished. I've got the beads for it arriving today. This, which is a little, oh, can you see? Yeah, a little like cabin. So the tree is going to have fairy lights around it, and they're going to be coloured beads, and that sort of then goes and wraps around the L. And I want to do David's one as well. These patterns, as the majority of my patterns, are from the magazine CrossStitcher, which is very, very good. So I'd like to finish those over the weekend as well, so I can get them in the frames. The joy of these deep frames, these were £2. I think they might even have been £1.60 in HobbyCraft, because I think they were £4, and then they were half price, and then I had like a 15. If you spent £15, you got £5 off voucher, so they ended up coming in at like £1.60 each. They're deep frames, so look, you can see that that's all the way back there with the glass behind it. But I think potentially I could make it so that the glass is front facing. Yeah, so this one, so the glass is there, but this one, the glass is up front, so I can have beads in it and they're not pressing up against the glass and causing bother. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. And they stand up. They don't even need a little thing. So yeah, so those are the plans for the weekend. I think now I'll go and make myself a bit sort of tidy up a little bit around here. Oh, I'd also really like to have a deep clean of the lounge as well, particularly as we're getting sort of some Christmassy bits in it. It'll be really nice to wipe down all the surfaces and hoover under the places that we don't normally hoover under, and although we're not putting up the tree this weekend, like make space for the tree and clean the window frames and everything, so that it's all done. So that's something else. So it's a busy weekend really. So today might be a slightly calmer day, but I do need to go to the shop and have that bath that I keep talking about. So yeah, but I'm gonna go and eat my breakfast now. I'll meet you in the kitchen. Just to say, if you frequent a Co-op in the UK, which I guess is more like if you're not from the UK, it's like is it like a 7-Eleven or something in the US? Like a local convenience store. My Co-op does Kalamata olive sourdough bread. I don't know how much this is to start with. Oh, £2. But very, very often it's reduced to 88p. And it is so nice. Now, I got this yesterday, and maybe it's a little bit on the stale side, but I'm going to slice myself some slices and then pop it in the toaster. And later on, if I want it tomorrow, if I wanted it for bread, I could just stick it in the oven for a bit. So yeah, 88p, and it is delicious. Oh, so I'm gonna make a cup of tea, have a couple of slices of that, finish off my book, and I'll see you a bit later on. Itchy nose. Terrible news. My pencil case is broken, and this was such a lovely pencil case, nice pink shiny one. Alas, so I'm gonna have to decant into another pencil case. Alas. David's on a meeting, but it is midday, and I'm planning on going to Aldi to get the bits to make the bread and butter pudding to make dinner. And David, he loves a trip to Aldi, so I'm just going to wait till he comes off his meeting to see if he wants to come to Aldi. And in the meantime, I'm going to start editing that end of the year book tag. Did I mention it earlier? That's what I'm going to do. And normally I would sit on the comfy chair, which has a little pillow on it, lovely pillow. We bought it when we were getting married. We bought one red pillow for my niece to sit on. Why is this not working? And now it's Daphne's. It was Minnie's. Now it's Daphne's. So she sat on that chair. There we go. I think we're going now. So yeah, so I'm going to edit that. I'm changed. I've got a big red scrunchie in and a red stripy top with a robot on it. David's not talking at the moment, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's not finished his meeting. Oh, I need you, because that's where the footage of the end of the year book tag is. So please let me carry on. And I'm listening to Miss Me, the podcast by Mickey Trolliver and Lily Allen, which I very much enjoy. Great news. I've had lunch. We've been to Aldi. And I've just finished the Cinnamon Bun bookstore. Oh, I've also done this much of... Oh, sorry to kick you. I've also done this much. I've got really bad deja vu. I don't think I'd done this much last time. And I've given Daphne a big brush, which I've been meaning to do before hoovering for so long. I keep hoovering and then thinking, I'm supposed to brush Daphne before I hoovered. But I've just done it, so yeah. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. Oh, I can wrap this up to you now. But I'm going to wrap it up on Instagram as well. I review all of my books over on Instagram. If you didn't know, I'm at Lauren and the Books over there. And yeah, this was like fun as the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Bit sexier. I feel like I've said that before. But yeah, I had a great time with it. I'm looking forward to reading the Christmas tree one. I noticed that there's 2 out next year. So there's one called the Strawberry something pancake. Strawberry pancake something or other. And then there's the gingerbread something. Obviously I've really taken deep care of what they're called. They're obviously following this sort of cutesy line. But yeah, I've had a great time reading them. So, whilst I was in Aldi, I picked up my next favourite thing to read, which is a Christmas collection of their food. They had quite a lot of stuff out there, and I bought a hand cream, a sleep hand cream. I have had the itchiest palm on my left, which sadly means I'm going to be giving away some money, but it also could mean that my hands are really dry, so I couldn't find any hand cream anywhere. I've got some very old body cream, which I don't know if that's doing the job, but I saw this today, and also it smells of like lavender and nice stuff, and David hasn't been sleeping very well, so I thought, well, he could put some on of a night time, and maybe that sort of scent will just lull him. So yeah, going to be looking at this. They had a few Christmassy bits, as I said, in there today. God, the first half is basically meat. This isn't presents or anything, this is just food. What's that? E. No gammon joint. So I don't mind fake meat. In fact, quite a lot of the time I like it a lot. But I've had fake gammon ones before and they were horrible. What's that G one? Nut roasts. There's 2. A root vegetable roast with a brie and cranberry centre, or roast with cranberry and vegan melting centre. Don't know what is in the middle of that. That looks nice as well. D. Brie and butternut or no beef Wellingtons. And H looks nice. Potato rosties. It all looks lovely. See, there's a huge range of vegetarian and vegan stuff in there. Very good. And then lots of desserts. Oh, David, the desserts. You're going to lose your mind.
What's that about?
The desserts in this Aldi. Lots of cheese, lots of mince pies. Wow. So yeah, I might have a little sip. God, people have gone mad for these Bayo buns, making them look like stuff. These ones are reindeer, which is hoisin duck, or presents, which is sweet and sour veg. I like those as well. What are they called? Dim sum. Anyway. Right, anyway, I'm going to sit and maybe have a little look for this. Also, my friend Emma dropped off she'd finished with the Health and Beauty Boots Christmas one, which maybe I'll have a little look at. And yeah, wrap that up. And then I'd like to tidy this room and have a little whiz round and a little spray down. But I also want to carry on with my cross stitch. We're going to watch a film tonight and it's my choice. I think I might pick Bridget Jones. Bridget Jones's Diary is like quite Christmassy but also quite fun. We have already watched it this year, so it feels a bit big to be watching it again, but anyway, gonna go and wrap this up now. That's my little check-in. Bread and butter pudding time. Bread and butter pudding. Bread and butter pudding. Bread and butter pudding and a baseball cap. As is the case with a lot of these bread and butter pudding recipes from the Sweet Roasting Tin, because a lot of the heavy lifting is done with what is making the bread and butter pudding, in this instance pan au chocolat, there's not that many ingredients. However, I do need 100 grams of shelled pistachios. I think I've got some pistachios in here, yeah I have. So that's going to take a bit of time. So, pistachios. I also need 3 medium free range egg yolks. They're in here. 50 grams of caster sugar. That's in there. 300 ml of single cream and 50 ml of milk. Hopefully that's 50 ml of milk. Where's my single cream? Oh, there. Oh, my single cream. Oh, my single cream. Oh, my single cream. Oh, my single cream. And 4 pan of chocolat. Now, I've got another confession to make. It's just a confession. There's no further confession. The only pan of chocolates I could get all come individually wrapped. And I mean, I bought them. I could have said no, I won't have them. Why is that necessary? You only need 4 as well. Maybe I'll have one more. I'll have half and then David can have the other half. I bet the date on these is the 13th of December. That's over a month away. What's in there that's keeping them so nice and fresh? So I'm going to make it like this. Dry. I'm going to make it in this, which I think we got from David's mum at some point with leftovers, but perfect for these pan of chocolate. So I think what I'll do first is get 100 grams of shelled pistachios. And then I'll start filming myself, because you don't need to watch me shell these. I'm listening to the audiobook of Alison Steadman's autobiography. Alison Steadman is an actor from the UK who I know her best for being Pamela in Gavin and Stacey, but she's had a huge career. And it's just lovely to hear her talking. It's a bit like chatting with your nan. And weirdly, she had scarlet fever. Like, one of my favourite memories, one of the favourite things I used to hear my nan talking about was when she got evacuated for the war to Wales, and she got scarlet fever while she was there. So she was just in hospital the whole time. She didn't get to see any of like this beautiful Welsh countryside that she'd been promised. She was just in the hospital the whole time. But she was telling me like all the sort of intricacies and what they'd bring her and the little glass bottles of milk and all of that sort of thing. And Alison Steadman also had that. But it's just nice to hear her sort of like talking about stuff, which is lovely. So I'm going to carry on listening. I haven't got to the Gavin and Stacey bit at the moment. But I'm going to shell these and then we shall start making the pistachio pan au chocolat pudding. I've just done... I've just been shelling these, and 10 is 6 grams. No, don't you dare, he's gonna eat one. Oh, that's gone up to 7. Little pop off for you. Just a little insight on what it's like being married to David. Non-stop pop.
I'm like a Pringles.
Once you pop, you can't stop. When did you pop?
No,
in the womb. And he's never stopped since.
He's never stopped since.
Right, we're still not up to 10 grams. Anyway, that's why I didn't film myself doing it, and here I am filming myself
You're up
doing
to
it.
10.
Oh, they're on 10 grams now. 11!
So it's 1 gram.
No, it's not always. Because that was 1. Here's 2. Oh, that's not 2.
Wow. So you've probably got about 100 left to go.
I'd say.
We've all been there.
I hope it's going to be delicious. I've got to do this again on next week when I'm doing the flapjacks as well.
Oh, is that what's next?
The minimal cooking section. Do you want to have a look through until the next 3 and tell me if any of those you're really excited by? Kettle's on, sorry.
Yeah, I like fridge bars.
Yeah. Are you excited about those? That's the little marshmallow thing.
Of course I'm excited. Marshmallow.
I need to borrow my sister's mini
chocolate cornflake cups.
Yeah.
And chocolate cherry. Nice, also nice.
And the next one. I'm very excited about the next one.
Ooh, nice. I thought they were like Jaffa cakes. Oh my god.
We're up to 20 grams hams, guys.
Oh.
Right, I will not make you watch the rest of this.
Cupcakes.
I will not. It's done. It did take ages. And this is what they look like. Oh, I'm tempted to eat one. I wonder if you can buy them actually shut. I mean, you must be able to. The good news is that we didn't need to chip into the new bag. But, yeah. I've got so many walnuts in there. I need to do something with them. Right. So, I better get going with this and you can watch me cook and enjoy it. Well, there we go. All ready. Let's go in the oven later for 25 minutes. I didn't listen to any of my book. I just did it in silence, which is sometimes nice. My dad's a very silent man. They go on holiday. They've got a place in France. And it's about 8 hours door to door. And he doesn't play anything. Like the radio, audiobooks, podcast, music. He doesn't play anything the whole way down there. It'll drive me mad. There we go. So that's 25 minutes later on. And that was another pop-off you've just heard David do from the next room. Was it? Was that a pop-off?
No.
Oh, apologies. Apologies. Happy Saturday. We're having a massive sort out today. So we've already been out and run a few errands, work-related errands. I had to pick a few things up and drop them off. But we are getting Christmas ready in this house. So we're having a deep clean today. This isn't involved in the deep clean, but I need to get rid of the error so we can get to the deep clean. David is currently emptying the cupboard, which we call the cupboard under the stairs, but we ain't got no stairs, so he's doing that. That's all.
The pantry.
Daphne's helping. Aren't you, Daph?
She's supervising.
And we're getting everything out, and we're gonna have a and we're gonna have a deep clean. So I've made a big list. Show you the list. It's a very big list. It's 2 pages of list. And it's 10 to 10. So we're gonna have a good sesh and go at it until 12 and then see what we've crossed off, have a sandwich. David's also got to go to the storage at some point, whether that be today or tomorrow.
Can I get rid of these now?
What are they? Jars?
The jars.
Yeah, they can go. Yes. I collected loads of jars to take to make candle making at David's mum and dad's house, and then I forgot to take them with me. So yeah, they can go. Oh, she's really biting that radiator cleaner. But yeah, so today is going to be a very busy day, but it's going to look beautiful by the end, isn't it, David?
Yes, it will.
And David is also, at the moment, defrosting the freezer, so it's all go. So,
all heroes wear capes.
Join us on our pledge to make the house look ready for Christmas. And I can start by taking down the error. Let's do it. Alexa, oh no, we'll keep it on. I've got the old Christmas Peaceful Piano playlist on in the background and it is lovely.
Peaceful Piano from Spotify.
We know, yeah. Oh, it's starting from the beginning. I'm so sorry, David.
That's right. I love it.
It's Saturday evening. I have done, this rarely happens, I've done no reading of any books today. So I've listened to a chapter of my Alison Steadman autobiography, but I've done no reading of any books because we've just been so busy getting the house clean, changing some blinds around, and just doing loads of little bits. David's been to the storage to pick up the Christmas stuff, and it's just been super busy. And then this evening, oh, 2 seconds, we watched Strictly. I'm going to turn that off actually. We watched Strictly and The Wheel and Picture Slam, and then another game show on TITV called Parents' Evening with Robin Schwangenathan. And then we watched a bit of a McFly concert. I've just been sat in front of the telly, but I did finish
wholesome entertainment all night.
These. So that's David's one, and that's, oh no, that's my one. Sorry, I keep thinking this one is David because it's got the way the tree is connected. It really looks like a D, but yeah, so they're those. I'm really pleased with them. I was a bit concerned that the beads looked a bit shit, but when they're in the frames, they look really nice. So yes, I'm very pleased about that. And then I've started this, which is another one of the initials with a little animal. This little animal is going to be a bunny rabbit. And this is for another of my friend's children. So we're doing quite well with these actually. I've made this many so far. We've got 2 Christmas turtles, imagine. One with the Z here, with little antlers on, and one with a Father Christmas hat here with the D. Then for the M, we've got a Christmas iguana. And with the J, we've got a Christmas goldfish. But yes, very pleased with those. This is on a much stiffer Ada than the other Adas that I've used. Which was really hard to get in and out of the ring, but I actually think when we frame them it's going to be a bit better on the stiffer Ada. And then the other thing I've made is this Joy to the World thing that I'm making for the Secret Santa at work. So yeah, I need to continue with this N, and then this N has a brother that begins with a C. Now the C is a dog, and I've got a feeling they don't like dogs. I can't be certain, but I've got a feeling they're not. Then
yeah, I think you might be right.
I think I might be right. So I think I'm going to change the dog on the C, maybe to the little hamster. I mean, they haven't got any pets at all.
No.
But I've just got a feeling that they don't like dogs. I feel like something's happened at some point.
They say they was going to get a dog.
No, they were going to get a cat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I might move this little hamster with a little present. It's very cute. I shouldn't really show you the patterns. I've done that by accident before. I've just done it by purpose. But yeah, I mean, I don't think you'd be able to zoom in on that, but that's a floss tube rule apparently. But what I will say is that all of my patterns, the majority of the patterns that I use are from CrossStitcher magazine, and on Libby you can get all the back issues plus the actual issues of the magazines as they come out that day on Libby, which is where I got the patterns for this. So I didn't have the patterns in person, I had them on the Libby app, so that's where I did those 2. So yeah, do go and try that out. David, would you mind if I showed your cross stitch? Now, your mother sometimes watches my videos, but this isn't...
Yeah.
Do you want me to show it? This one isn't your mum's?
No, I want to keep it...
No.
Stunned.
So David's mum, if you are watching, you will not see it. Christmas mugs are out. This one isn't Eleanor Bomer one from last year. I think David's sister got these for me. One side it says, things I love about Christmas, and then it's got dancing, eating lots, listening out for Santa, being cosy. And I agree, I like all those things. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up here because David and I are doing a thing where we don't take screens into the bedroom in order for us to get better night's sleep. So alarms and all sorts have to be set in here, and then when we go into the bedroom it's a screen-free zone. David reads a magazine or does a Sudoku. I will be reading, which will be good. And yeah. But we'll see you tomorrow for the putting up of more Christmas. There have been a few bits of Christmas put up today, but I'll show you more tomorrow and we'll put up some more stuff. See you tomorrow. Got to go see my nan tomorrow as well. Yeah. This is the morning report. Is that from Lion King?
No, but it's not.
But they cut it.
No, but it's not. Okay.
Oh, sorry, David. How do you sing it?
This is the morning report. Bring you the long and the short.
Gusto actually.
The morning report is that the telly wasn't working and David was a bit sad about it. I think it is working now. Anyway, Sunday brunch is on. Gonna get ready. She looks lovely in that colour. Michael Ball's on there, David.
Of course he is. But how? He's going to be on the radio.
And we're going to go and visit my nan. So that's the morning report.
Alexa, stop.
David's just fallen out with the Alexa.
Okay.
Just got back from my nan's. She'd got me this cabbage. It was on her sofa, and I was like, right, we'll move your cabbage and you can sit down. She said, oh no, I got that for you. Does anyone else leave their nans? That she always just gives us something. Last time we left, it was a big block of cheese. Anyway, works out perfectly because we're having a mushroom stew for dinner tonight. Or I was thinking, David, how would you feel about a sort of early-ish dinner? Like a sort of Sunday time. Yeah? So we'll do a couple of boxes of Christmas and then I'll make us a dinner. Because the dinner only takes 5 minutes to prep. Not now.
Well, you said a couple of boxes. That's not...
Oh, you don't know how long I'm going. I'm trying an hour a box. The dinner takes 5 minutes to prep and then it's like 40 minutes in the oven. So I feel like I'd quite like a sort of afternoon dinner.
What am I going to do about tea time, though?
You can do what you want. I don't care.
Yes.
Yeah, so this from my nan's. All of this washing still isn't yet dry. So, and the new load is about to finish. Oh, David's just bought out this box. Would you put that in the fridge and I can live open this? So this was one that David said to me yesterday. He sent me a picture and he said, I think this is for donation. And the top thing was this jacket that I love. I was like, no, it's not. That's my actual jacket. I really like this jacket and I haven't worn it in ages. I've had it for years. Feels a bit small actually. I think it might be my big jumper. So those, I understand. Oh no. My hat that I wore on our honeymoon. These bits are. So this is when David and I got new. We got new duvet. Got new duvet. And all of my old duvets, which this smells like the storage unit, which isn't particularly nice. That's why we wash everything. Don't fit anymore. But I thought, oh, maybe my mum could make something for me out of these. So that's why I'm hanging on to this. And we're hanging on to this little baby.
That little leg.
Look at her leg, yoga kitty. She's so beautiful. Aren't you, baby? Can you smell mango on me? My nan's cat's called Mango. Anyway, let's crack on with this box.
It's like a little teddy bear.
We love each other, don't we? Oh, what did I just sit on? Oh my God. It's all the Christmas cookbooks. Christmas, aside from the Christmas tree, is completed. Including these that I got David for Christmas last year. They're the Lemax Christmas Village. Oh my God. Look how beautiful it is. This is the Christmas tree farm one. And they've just got these beautiful lights in that just light up. And we've also got the bakery and the Ye Olde shoppy. And they're just so nice.
When we went to was it Dobby's, we saw like a display of them.
Yeah. Wasn't very well done.
No, it wasn't very well done.
We could start watching The Day of the Jackal tonight, David.
I don't know if I fancy it.
He's not that convinced. He's not that convinced. It's early. It's 4:37. We've just been for a lovely walk around the block to get the steps up. Good news, steps are 8,860. And I thought, while I'm just waiting for the washing to stop spinning, our poor washing machine and heated air, they are absolutely getting used at the moment. They've got blankets. We've washed all the Christmas blankets. And yeah, so I'm waiting for that to finish, then I'll put them out. And then I'll have a bath. David will have a bath, and then we've got a Korean mushroom stew with rice and that cabbage that my nan gave me. But I thought
very vital, that cabbage.
I thought while we're here, it's the 10th of November, we'd listen to the bit of today's classical music whilst I just have a little. Oh, it's a very short intro at least. While I have a little quick look through the Christmas cookbooks. Let me show you the Christmas cookbooks. Advent, which is Christmas recipes and crafts. Vegan Christmas. Jamie's Christmas cookbook. Now, you know I love Jamie, but this is a lot of stuff lifted from other books, so there's not much new stuff in here. So, like me, when I was so thrilled that Jamie were bringing out a Christmas cookbook, when I looked at it, I was like, I really feel like I've seen some of these recipes before. Well, you have, because they're from different books, but it's still lovely pulled together. Veggie Christmas cookbook. I think David's sister got me this last year, and I remember looking through it thinking, oh, that's got some good stuff. I'll have to do it on the run up to Christmas. I'm absolutely gagging for some vegetarian sausage rolls. My mum made some for my dad. They're on holiday at the moment, otherwise I would have been having them. And Scandinavian Christmas, which is lots of lovely baking. I mean, I've got enough baking on my hand at the moment, but my cousin Laura bought this for me. Advent, a whole month of Christmas. Lovely. It's got some lovely photography in there. So whilst I have a little peruse through those, I thought I'd listen to the piece of classical music for today, which is Pieces for Keyboard, Book 4, Order 21E, number 3, La Couperin, by Francois Couperin, who lived between 1668 and 1733. In September, we encountered Couperin the Great. We didn't, through the prism of his modern-day fanboy Thomas Adès. On the anniversary of Couperin's birth, here he is writing 3 years previously, a keyboard solo of quietly meditative grace. In my head, keyboard feels very modern, doesn't it, David?
What, a keyboard?
Yeah, you wouldn't think of a keyboard existing between 1668 and 1733. It's very Ross from Friends, isn't it, a keyboard? Obviously means piano here. It comes from book 4 of the set of dozens of pieces that Couperin wrote for harpsichord and organised into orders based on key signatures, in this case, E minor. The clarity and surface simplicity of this work belies the technical revolutions being quietly wreaked by its brilliant composer, not least the use of the pianist's thumbs. Seriously, before Couperin, players used only 8 fingers, which seems mad to us now, but there you go. Right, okay, let's find. Oh, where's my phone? I ain't got it. David, on your phone, would you please play La Couperin? Couperin is spelled C-O-U.
Go for it.
C-O-U.
Yeah.
P-E-R-I-N. By Francois Couperin. Is it there?
There's loads of...
If you need more, Pieces for Keyboard, Book 4. I just find it very difficult, these bits. He's found it. Right, let's listen and browse. Well, thank God that's over. We hated it, didn't we?
It wasn't very nice.
I very rarely feel so strongly about things like that, but it was like, honestly, it was like someone shouting, like on a, it was just like someone really thumping the keys and just not nice. Glad it's over, and as you can hear, that's the washing done, so I'm going to go and now put the washing out on the airer. Just only got as far as looking through this. Party squash soup. I really love butternut squash. We had a couple of weeks ago when Emma came round for dinner, we had malai curry, which is like a curried pumpkin, a pumpkin curry, and you slice up the squash and then put the sauce over it. And I haven't really been able to stop thinking about it since. So we bought a squash at the weekend, and I'll do something with it. But this sounds nice as well. Party squash soup, which has also got tofu and rice in it as well. And it's Massaman style, David, and you know I love that. So yeah, so maybe I'll make that at some point. I mean, that doesn't scream Christmas, does it? But it screams I will like it.
Right. Massaman paste.
Yeah, I know, we're desperately... Anyone out there who knows where we can get our hands on a Massaman paste, please do let us know. Right, let's go and put this washing out, and then it's bath time. Then it's dinner time. And film time.
After dinner time, or during dinner time.
What film do you think you want to watch?
I don't know, Bub. I need to consult your list again. I always forget what's on it.
I can get the list out.
Cheers, Bert.
It's a very chilly Tuesday. Time to wrap up the vlog. The temperature has dropped, hasn't it, David?
Plummeted, you could say.
Plummeted, which is why that door is closed, which never happens, but we've still resisted putting on the... How lovely is that candle, David? The lights are just sort of just going a little bit.
Yeah.
We've resisted putting the heating on, and we will try to resist that as long as possible, but we do have... I mean, at the moment, it's just horrific washing central in here.
Oh,
but
if we didn't have the air on, we'd need the heating on.
The air is on, which keeps this room very warm when...
It's doing the hard work, isn't it?
There we go. I'll have your little head in the background, because I do think it's quite nice.
Cheers.
And yeah, that keeps this room lovely and warm. And Daphne's been, and normally Daphne likes to sort of roam, but she's been snoozing under there. So yeah, David's been able to work in here this afternoon and stay warm. And I've just got back from work. And I've got myself a cup of tea and a mince pie and a slice of cheese because they go very well together. But I just thought I'd wrap up this vlog. Like Charles Dickens. I thought I'd wrap up the vlog. And just be warm again. Wrap up the vlog and then I can get this uploaded for you guys tomorrow morning. So happy Wednesday morning if you're watching this then. So let's answer the question. The question was, do you have a favourite book that you have received as a gift? Well, yeah, I've got a few. So Nigel Slater's The Christmas Chronicles, which I have now found. This was a gift from Simon for my birthday one year, many years ago, and this, you will know that The Christmas Chronicles is one of my all-time favourites, and it's also sort of like probably one of my most revisited books as well, because I go back to it every single year. I'm listening to it this year, but I'm delighted that I've now got this out of storage because it means I can look at the beautiful food photography, like this slice of Christmas pud. Pud. You like that, David, don't you? So that's a lovely gift. I mean, this could go on forever because this collection here, you can't see it. There's no point me pointing to them up there. So David's mum bought me the first 2 books in the Cazalet Chronicles a couple of years ago. This is the light years, and she bought me the first 2 books, and the spines are sort of decorated, so they have a scene on them. And this ended up being my favourite books of last year because she bought them for me, and I would have read them otherwise, which was lovely. So yeah, I've got a whole host of, and then like my friend Dolores bought me the first Northern Lights book when we were at university together, which was like 20 years ago now, and that's got writing in it. So yeah, I mean, the list I guess for me is endless. And something else, just put this back. Something else David and I have taken, well, I've forced David to do it. So for the past, how many years, David? 4 years?
Oh, well, I don't know what you're going to say, so I can't.
So I say to David, I would just like you to go into a bookshop.
Oh, yeah.
And pick me a book. And like, they can be, like, and I don't want him to pick it from a list or one that he's heard me talk about or something. He just goes in there and then thinks, oh, this is what she would like, and gets it from a bookshop, which I just think is really lovely. And last year he bought me, well, the coffee, I can't think what the title of it, but Before the Coffee Gets Cupped. Hiccup. And then when I ask him like the reasons he bought it for me, it's just such nice, like he wanted to get me in the first of a series because he knew I'd wanted to get into a series. He knows I like translated fiction. It had a cat on the front cover. It's about book, like it had books in it as well. There was just all these lovely reasons that he thought that I might like that book. So yes.
She didn't.
No, I didn't really like the book, but the thought was lovely. So even though and that's just a really nice thing. So there we go.
I don't think I've been very successful with the book.
No, because one year he actually got me a book that I already owned and had read that year. So there we go. But there's always this year. Yeah, it's always this year. So yes, do let me know down below. Do you have a favourite book that you received as a gift? What a perfect question to ask around Christmas time. Right, the date today is the 12th of November. She's heading back to work soon, so that'll be fun. Let me read. So the two poems are No One Cares Less Than I by Edward Thomas, or From Epitaphs of War by Rudyard Kipling. I've got a feeling we read that last year, so I won't go for that. I'll go for No One Cares Less Than I. So it was Remembrance Day, yesterday in the UK and elsewhere. There's a lot of war poetry going on in November because of that. So in this poem, Edward Thomas can be seen to parody the opening lines of Brooks the Soldier in response to Brooks' notion that should he die in some corner of a foreign field, that place shall be forever England. Thomas responds that he doesn't care whether he is destined to lie under a foreign clod. Here the poem warns the reader of the dangers of patriotism and the glorification of war. Thomas died on 9th of April 1917 in Pays de Calais, France. He was 39 years old. No one cares less than I, nobody knows but God, whether I am destined to lie under a foreign clod, were the words I made to the bugle call in the morning. But laughing storm in scorning, only the bugles know what the bugles say in the morning, and they do not care when they blow. The call that I heard and made words to early this morning. There we go. So thank you very much for joining me for another Friday reading vlog, and I'll see you again soon. Say bye, David.
Bye.
Bye.